down there on CBS. And I happened to be walking around the golf course, and I walked into this group of people. There were 13 of them, were a good group. And I said, "Hey, guys, what's going on?" "Oh, we're doing some film here today." And I said, "Well, you know who I am?" Like, they go, "No, but you know who we are?" I go, "No." I go, "Who are you?"
Bunch of tall people.
Exactly. They were just amazed that I did not know who they were. Mm-hmm. But it's just funny how, I was amazed they didn't know who I was, but...
Yeah. Well, I will say this much. I met a bunch of, hung out with them, I had back in the clubhouse pass and all that, but I got to say this much. George the Iceman Gervin, God bless him, man. He chain smoked the whole time, man. He would put the cigarette down on the green, hit, and pick it back up. He was. I never seen a guy that was so healthy chain smoke like that in my life.
I know, it's funny because when I worked, I did dance in Vegas with Henry Lee Tang, who made the movie Taps, and Gregory Hines. And I could tell you, Henry Lee Tang did he smoked like chain smoker, and he ate Twinkies in between. I just wonder how that guy survived. He was a great guy, though.
Yeah, my goodness, what a diet! Cigarettes and Twinkies.
But the man could dance. He had energy to dance, but yet his body, the way he treated it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like a lot of them. They drink themselves to death for the love of God. My goodness.
Yeah. It's weird what fame could do to people, huh?
It does. It really does. Believe me, I've seen it all, good and the bad, and in between.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have too.
I think we both have. Yes, we have a list of things that we could add.
Oh my, yeah. So, what are you doing nowadays? What's your day-to-day routine? Do you still teach and dance and give readings at the same time, or how's that work?
Basically, I have my little sound studio and radio station here. I do my radio shows. I do dance videos to help people with exercise, which I got to get back into again. And I do artwork on my own. Haven't done it for a while. Just as I had my art in some galleries before, in some books. But I'm writing a second book right now, and I'm done. I just got to get it corrected.
Oh, great!
And it's angelic messages. So it's all about different messages that I received to help people, that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow, that sounds like a very good read. I'd be interested in checking that out myself.
You got it. When I get done, I'll be happy to send you a copy of it. And
you got to autograph it. You got to autograph it,
too. Unless you want to autograph it for me, too.
Oh, you don't want my autograph. My name's way too long. We run out of paper. That sounds great. That sounds like a good read. See, books like that I can relate to, you know what I mean? So I like reading that kind of stuff. And
I'm one, same here. I'm the same way. In fact, I like to read biographies and inspirational stuff.
And do you do inspirational speaking too? Is that correct?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So how long have you been doing that?
For about 25 years, I've been focusing on the psychic medium, stand-up comedy, inspirational speaking, and the radio stuff. And I think, and the writing. That's enough. Don't you think?
Well, then in your spare time, you teach dance to them.
Yeah, and I do basket weaving, exactly, yes.
Oh, basket weaving, click matches with pistols. That is crazy. Oh, my goodness. All right, so, listen, what do you do to protect yourself? You got to do something to protect yourself from psychic attacks. I mean, any advice to anybody?
I say the rosary and pray. I ask Michael for his protection all the time. I do energy work and deep breathing on myself, and sometimes just take walks to get away from things.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I can to change the energy that's around me.
Well, let me ask you this. What advice would you have for any people with abilities or psychic mediums, especially young ones like, I wish I had somebody like you to talk to. What advice can you give them to, maybe help them for protection or just anything in general?
Well, thank you. Well, to help somebody with protection, I would say prayer. Prayer is the main thing. And then do some meditation before you go into a reading, before you do anything. And what I mean by meditation is deep breathing. Like when you deep breathe through your nose, for 4 seconds in and out. In through your nose for 4 seconds and out through your mouth for about 4 seconds. And keep that pattern. Listen to some kind of music that you enjoy, whether it's hard rock or soft rock, whatever it is that you really feel comfortable with. Just enjoy it and be there within that space and breathe in and out, and get rid of the bad energy or anything evil that might be surrounding you. Most likely it's not, but if it is, get rid of all of this and breathe in God's white light. Put his white light all around you.
No,
does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Great advice. I just thought while I got you on here, what can you say to help somebody, that has abilities that, that they could use for themselves, and that's great. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Oh, and to write. I feel some people really need to channel, and they need to write things. I think that's a great way to get in touch with the spirit. To dance is as well. It's a good way just to clear yourself up, clean yourself up.
Let me ask you another question. I know a lot of psychic mediums, not me, but a lot of them, not a lot, but some, they use tools like cards or pendulums or whatever to also. Do you do any of that, or no?
No, strictly I read the energy of people, and I'm more in tune to the afterlife real well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can relate.
And more in tune to discerning the spirits, knowing what's good and what's evil, as long as I'm in a clear head.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever come across what I call real evil incarnate? I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even say the word. But you know it. So tell me about that real quick.
Okay.
How'd you deal with that? Tell me.
Well, first of all, I could tell you how it feels. That devil himself, where I'll just be brief. I'm not going to go into why or how I got there, but he gave me the vision of God. Gave me the vision of hell, not to scare me, but to show me. It did scare me, but to show me what the world was like on the other side, and to know that evil does exist, and it could hurt people that you love. It could hurt yourself. It could destroy all the things that we have that are good. And when I saw this vision of hell for at least maybe a second or two, it kept me awake for 2 weeks. And I was in the hospital in the sleep lab during the time because I couldn't sleep, and that was why. And I even explained to some of the doctors that came to me. I was afraid to tell them, hey, I took a trip to hell. And, oh, you did? How do you explain that? But
yeah, especially to basically a scientist doctor. I mean, basically.
Exactly. But they didn't laugh at me. They listened to what I had to say. They brought in some other priests and ministers, and they talked to me, and they felt that what I saw was valid.
And
so it was nice.
Yeah. And what's weird about this whole scenario, you could have went to another place and they could have given you, 3 days mandatory at Bellevue. I mean,
exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, really. I mean, honestly, you don't know how that's going to go. You went with your guys must have told you it was okay. Just let it out, you know. But you know what?
Exactly. Yeah.
But you had to, because I mean, 2 weeks up, you must have been really out of your mind. I mean, that's just shoot.
Yeah, it changed my appetite. It changed everything. I just could not think right.
Well, that's what it tries to do. It will try to destroy you from inside out. And
yes,
mentally.
yes, yeah, and that's only a fraction of a second. Think, you know, what it could do for a lot.
Right, exactly, because there is no time relevance with those, and
exactly.
You know,
and yeah, the time could go on within no time. Exactly. Yes.
Right. So what might be a lifetime to you could be 1 minute for them. You know, it's nothing. You
got it. Yep.
They come back every few years and poke you in the ear, and you'd be like, what's messing with me? And next thing you know, you're
exactly. Yes, and there are a lot of, I feel a lot of demon spirits still, and I feel a lot of God and angels as well with different people I talk to or see or around me. And you were talking about the evil stuff that I felt. So it comes in many forms.
Yeah.
And to different degrees.
Yeah. Now, I know if I go into a place or if I come across somebody that has got some really evil attachments, I start to get sick. I mean, that's my gauge right away.
Yeah, you got it, yes.
I mean, the sicker I get, the worse the evil is, and then the headache.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I could start. I get the same way where I can't breathe, or my body goes down. Something inside me closes up.
Yeah. Now, if I go to a place where there is like dozens and dozens, maybe 100 spirits, it's overwhelming. Like they'll try to mad rush me, and it's just it's overwhelming. I don't know how to say it. I've been to a couple of places like that and didn't expect it. You know, I didn't expect there was that much history or layers of death on the land, and it just was. It was like wow. And you've come across places like things like that too, I would imagine.
Even when you go out, like say to a club, and there's too much energy within that club, and it could drive you nuts. It's like that.
Oh yeah, it's draining. If you're not careful, it is draining you. I know for me it does. If I'm not careful where I'm at or where I'm doing, and you know, I don't even have to go to a haunted place. Sometimes if I'm to a place and it doesn't feel right, I'll protect myself or cleanse myself when I get home, because look,
you got it.
Yeah.
It could be any place. It could even be at our home. Like the other night, do we have time or no?
You got about 2 minutes.
Okay. You want me to tell you this?
Yeah, go. If you can get it in 2 minutes, do it. Go for it. Go ahead.
Okay. The other night, not the other night, about a couple of months ago, I don't know when, but there was an incident that occurred outside. Somebody died. I didn't know it at the time. When this happened, my fire alarm in my apartment went off, and I saw this smoke, this black smoke that I didn't smell anything. It was just like a black smoke that came in, set the fire alarm off, and I felt this coldness around me and this aloofness, being alone and scared and all this kind of stuff. But I just prayed to God. The fire alarm went off. The cops were outside, and they picked up the dead body that got stabbed, or somebody got hurt out there. Well, they died, hurt. They died, and they took them away. So, yeah.
Wow.
You feel that.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, that's definitely feel it. Hey, we got about a minute left. Why don't you tell everybody out there what you got coming up, what you want to share or promote? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you can go to my website, www.psychicmediumspasoffshow.com and thewackyworldofthespaz.com. You can go on there. You can download my book for free, one that I have. I don't charge for it for a PDF file. and you can listen to the different comedy bits that I have